This is the all-new Community Connection. I'm your host, Jade Harrell, keeping you connected to our community. Helping people become self-sufficient with work, finding work. One of the greatest challenges in our community today, finding meaningful ways to care for and support our families. I'm joined by Brenda Mahr, who is the Chief Executive Officer with Employment Connections. And Brenda, we're just really excited that, one, that you're doing this work, but two, that it's working and expanding. There's opportunity here. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yes. The Employment Connection has been around about 40 years. And over that time, we have developed a reputation for working with people who are most at risk. They tend to be homeless veterans, ex-offenders, sometimes substance abusers, but we also work with their families. Oftentimes, people don't finish their educations, or they don't have a skill set, or they've been incarcerated for a period of time. And one of the things we find is that moves into what I call generational incarceration, where doctors' kids become doctors. Well, offenders' kids become ex-offenders or offenders. And we want to break that generational cycle of incarceration. And the only way that we can actually help people become self-sufficient is through work. Mm-hmm. But we need the business community to say, you made a mistake, I'll give you a second chance. But I'm going to work with this program, named the Employment Connection, and through that program, I know that I will get well-screened applicants for my positions. Now, right now, we're moving into unemployment is low. We're moving into what we call an employee's market as opposed to an employer's market. So we're hoping that employers that are having trouble filling particularly entry-level positions where education may not be the end-all of getting the position and absolutely required, that they have, like a BS or whatever, but they have high school or GED, and we do have a GED program, well, we call it HiSET now, available on site, that they will consider that we can help stop the trend of violence in our communities. People who are working tend not to be committing crimes. Mm-hmm. That's just a simple fact.
Sure. Talk a little bit about your success. So in 40 years, You're still going.
Yeah, we are still going. And we like to talk about just from 2012 to 2015, we placed 2,220 individuals into jobs.
Wow.
Now, if you talk about community impact, okay, because it's just not the individuals that we're serving. Our goal is to have an impact on the community. Yeah. So if those 2,220 people over that period of time work 40 hours per week at a very low average wage of $8.60 per hour, that generates $9,927,000 back into the community. And they're spending those dollars on goods and services at local businesses and for rent and electric and so forth. The alternative is they don't work, they commit a crime, and it costs us $25,000 or so a year to lock them up, not to mention all the cost of it, trying them in the jury and the whole bit. And over 3 years, that's $75,000 we've spent to keep them locked up. Let's look at this picture a different way.
Absolutely.
And we're hoping the business community would reach out to us and say, yes, we're willing to work with your program and help us screen applicants that are eligible and qualified to work at our shop. In addition, we work with people who have not been in trouble with the law, but they may be the parents, the mother, the father, the sisters, the brother, the children even, but they live in the same culture. And they may not have higher education, but they're good, hardworking people. We have a staffing service that really is a temp to hire opportunity. And if they can go through, we like to call it a working interview, because if within 2 to 3 months they do a really good job, this company will hire them. Mm-hmm. And they will hire them no less than at $10 plus an hour. Mm-hmm. And they'll get full benefits. So if they spend this time, because this company wants to make sure they're putting on their staff really folks who want to work, they will hire them. So I have a number that I would like to reach out to people who are seeking jobs. Now, it's a simple formula that's required. They cannot be an ex-offender in this situation. Mm-hmm. So no record, no drugs, no nicotine. And there is a $50 application fee. Mm-hmm. They can call 333-5600. That's area code 314-333-5600. Mm-hmm. Or 314-333-JOBS. That's 314-333-5627. And tell them that they are interested in employment with managed work services.
Look at there.
And remember, and I have about 40 openings.
Get out of here.
So you have people that say, I can't find work. Now, it's housekeeping jobs. You know, they're the entry-level jobs. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I had a young lady that started in this program, and she actually had a degree, but she had wanted to get in this company for years and had not been able to break that barrier. She started as a housekeeper, and within 6 months, she was working in the HR department, just where she wanted to be.
Look at that. I would love for you to address that, too, you know, that where you start is not necessarily where and most times isn't where you finish with your drive, commitment, and what you learn and your experience along the way.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So entry level means just that, entry to something greater. And that includes making this small investment, you know, of $50. And that may be heavy for somebody.
It could be.
Who believes in you?
Yeah, and we can sometimes help with that. If that's the situation and we really think they're going to, don't let that be a barrier. The only real barriers are no record, no drugs, no nicotine. They have to pass a series of drug tests because they'll be working with the public.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Love it. I love it.
You're absolutely right on the entry level. We sometimes destroy our own opportunity because we don't see the vision. We can't catch the vision. And it's so important. You know, we talk about hope in the community and how our young people don't have hope, and that's true. But we need, if they would just reach out to people there's a lot of programs around, really good programs. And if they reach out, there's so many people that have stories that can, and we have a whole wall of success stories where they could come in and see where people just like them have breached that barrier and made a difference in their life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And actually, you know, truth is, it's nice to have someone curate the job search.
That's correct.
Because out here with a big open field of all kinds of different offerings, and you never know.
Right.
You know.
And most of that, and, you know, there are a lot of predatory people out here now that are using
your situation.
The lack of employment. They're charging people and making them these promises. We see it on the news. They think they're going to get a real job. We're a United Way agency, okay? We're funded by, if I need to get this in here, it's very important, we're funded by the United Way. We're a proud member of the United Way family of Greater St. Louis. We also have major funding from the Mental Health Board of St. Louis and the Missouri Foundation for Health, along with Lutheran Foundation and many other supportive funders and foundations.
Mm-hmm.
But so we're legit, okay?
Right. But even in that, to have somebody be able to point out, knowing my circumstance, that could actually point out, well, here's some opportunities here. Here's some work over here. Cuts down wasted time tremendously.
It does. And we have employers that we work with such that they will come into our shop and we have a first interview day. So it's a job fair, but not a job fair. They're really coming to interview people and screen them. Sometimes they get hired on the spot.
They're ready to hire.
They're ready to hire. And if you work with us, we're going to provide you with a work readiness training program that's going to take about a week of your time. We'll give you lunch and all that good stuff. And we'll, even in cases where they have transportation problems, we can provide some trip tickets so they can get back and forth to the training once they get to it.
It sounds like you want to get people hired.
We want to make an impact on the community.
It's beyond the job.
Beyond the job. We want people to start. Our whole goal in that work readiness training is to get people to stop thinking about a job as a job and start thinking about careers, start thinking about their children, their children's careers, and start thinking about the impact that positive actions have on where we live.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let me ask then, your vision. What do you see? What is your vision for this community? A community that does have impact. Paint the picture,
My picture, it's a safe place. And if we feel safe, we can almost do anything.
Yeah.
I think it just comes down. Sometimes we want to make it bigger than it needs to be. But just imagine, if you're in a safe place, we have a behavioral health program, which is funded by the, like I said, some of those funders I mentioned earlier, primarily the Mental Health Board of St. Louis City. And that program was designed because so many of the people that were coming to our agency, in fact, were having to duck bullets as they try to get to the bus stop. So by the time, and I'm serious, I actually had a guy running into, he said, I just came from so-and-so, and they were shooting, and he's just a nervous wreck.
Right.
Well, and what does that say? We talk about Alive and Well now. I serve on the Regional Health Committee and Advisory Board. And, we talk about Alive and Well and trauma and toxic stress. And the people that we work with, if you're sleeping on the floor because you're afraid to sleep in your bed for fear of getting shot, then, and you're not doing anything other than trying to live. Then that makes it so very difficult to do something else with your life because you're in what? Survival mode.
Yeah.
We need to move our community out of survival mode into a safe community, a caring community, people that work together, support each other, whether people are homeless or veterans or ex-offenders or whatever issues they may bring to the table. We need to know that we will support them because we know it's in the best interest of the community.
Yeah. That's very powerful. And I'm glad that you spoke to it beyond employment, beyond a job, and how much of a tremendous impact this will make. Send out the invitation for folks to get connected, find out more, get the help they need, and get going on a path to greater outcomes.
Right. Please call us, Employment Connection, at 314-333-JOBS. That's 314-333-JOBS. Or 314-333-5627. And I went to a revival last night, and the message was, hook me up. And we will hook you up.
I love it.
And get you on the path that you need to walk on to get where you need to go. Let us help you. Let us help hook you up.
That's right. Get hooked up.
Hooked up.
Yeah.
Because, when you think about it, if you change your thoughts, you will change your words. If you change your words, you will change your behavior. And if you change your behavior, you will change your life.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely true.
I heard that somewhere. I wish I knew where I got that. I didn't make that up. I heard it somewhere.
It's a famous quote, but
whoever wrote it, I thank you. I kept it, but I don't remember who you are.
Right. It is absolutely powerful and one that I treasure myself personally. Brenda Mahr, Chief Executive Officer with Employment Connections. Again, you find out more by calling 314-333-JOBS. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Jade. Anytime.
It's my pleasure. You already know. All right, that's it for this week. If you have questions or comments or have something you'd like to include in the community calendar, you can leave a message on our message box at 314-333-8369, 314-333-8369. And for more information about our show or any of our guests, you can visit us online and listen to the podcast at Spreaker.com. That's SPREAKER.com. And search Community Connection with Jade Harrell. You all be blessed, do blessed, and take care.